What's going on, everyone? So, the Los Angeles Lakers are still waiting around to see what is the NBA going to do. That whole process, waiting for the updates. And I'll continue to update you as we get that information, try to, break down the information as it comes out and, explain it to the best of my ability, of course. But one of the big things is, the worst thing that could happen is the Lakers are forced to do the trade. Now, I don't think that that's that big of a deal. And that's kind of what I want to talk about in this video. And of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. But, worst case scenario, the Lakers, the NBA is going to say, hey, you got to do the deal. You got to take the deal. Best case scenario, maybe Lakers get the deal done on a cheaper route. I did a whole video kind of breaking that down because it looks like it may end up being kind of like the MLB's arbitration process, which they could allow them to renegotiate. We'll see if that actually happens. More likely than not, I believe the NBA is just going to say no, hey, sorry, it's the Lakers' rights. They want to do that. That's what they can do. And then this just goes away. But, again, Lakers' concerns are not necessarily about right now. Right? Lakers are concerned about the long-term health of Mark Williams, right? The Charlotte Hornets are saying, hey, Williams is fine. He's healthy right now. He's good. He's ready to play. Lakers are saying, yes, we're not so worried about his back or his foot right now. Worried about it long-term and him breaking down and falling apart. It's the Andrew Bynum situation, right? Where Andrew Bynum, the reason he went to the Lakers and got to the Lakers was because teams were concerned and worried that he would break down over time. That, yes, in the short term, he may be great. Long term, he's going to break down. And what happened to Andrew Bynum? Long term, he broke down. He, retired at, 28 or something like that, right? So that's where the Lakers rely. Thing is, though, yes, it would be an overpay at that point. Right? I mean, it's argued to be an overpay already, even if he is the guy you want him to be for the next 10 years. Obviously, if he becomes a superstar or something like that, that could change things, right? If he's a top 3 center in the league, 5 years from now, then that was actually a great underpay. But if he's let's say within the next 5 years, he really does start to break down and deteriorate. If you win a championship or two in that time, who cares? Right? You just figure it out from there. Would you trade Dalton Connect and a first-round pick to win a championship? Sure, I would. Everyone would. Luka would. Right? And it's kind of the missing piece, right? The missing link that the Lakers have is the center spot. I know Alex Len looked terrible in his debut, and people are overreacting, in my opinion. It's one game. Let's wait and see. He may be trash. Alex Len, more likely than not, probably will be. Again, he was a third, center option. All the guys that are on the market are third center options. Jackson Hayes is probably best as your third center option. Lakers, there's not a guy out there that's available that the Lakers can feasibly get right now that is the answer at the center position. You're just hoping that one of these guys pan out. If you're expecting Alex Len to be a 20-10 guy with 3 blocks and just, an all-star, probably going to be disappointed. If you're expecting him to be an 8 to maybe 12-point-a-game guy because LeBron James and Luka, once they build chemistry with him, kind of just feeding him regularly, sure, right? I think he'll give you 6 to 8 rebounds a game. I mean, he gave you 7. I mean, Jackson Hayes played more minutes the previous Jazz game and only gave you 2 rebounds. At least Alex Len gave you 7 or 8, right? So, I mean, that's the thing. Right? He's there to rebound. He's there to kind of be a deterrent. But he's not ideal. He's not perfect. He's just a big body that fills the gap at the center spot that we desperately need right now. He's there just to give us a different look from Jackson Hayes. Again, maybe he's terrible. I don't know. I'm not going to judge him on a 23-minute stint or 21-minute stint. And, that's the be-all, end-all, right? Especially when the guy hadn't played in a month, just got off of a plane, even JJ said, dude, I thought he was fine given the circumstances, given the situation that he was thrown in. That wasn't the intention. That wasn't the idea. He was supposed to only play a couple minutes and now kind of just get some reps in. And he ended up having to play essentially the whole game, right? It's a very different scenario than what they had anticipated with him. Let him get some practices in. Let's give him a handful of games and see where he's at. But ideally, you'd love to get Mark Williams. Ideally, Mark Williams coming in would solve a lot. And I mean, the thought process with Mark Williams is Lakers with Mark Williams might be the best team in the Western Conference, maybe even one of the best teams in the NBA, right? The thought was you're adding a 16-10 guy already who can be a good defender. He's not great. He's not elite. Like, there are questions about him defensively, but he's a floor runner. He's a high flyer. He's big, physical, interior presence, right? He's a guy that can be that lob threat. He can block shots. He can defend. At times, it's just getting him focused and getting him bought in possession after possession after possession. My argument to that is he's on the Charlotte Hornets, right? Like, it's kind of hard to want to show up and play, 1,000%, particularly on the defensive side, when you're terrible and you're on a team full of terrible defenders and you're giving up 130 points a night and you're losing by 30 every night. It's kind of hard to be like, we're down 25 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter and you want me to essentially be prime Dwight Howard or something. Like, you're crazy, right? Like, where I think on the Lakers, he's on a contender. He's on a team that's trying to win. He's going to have guys like Jared Vanderbilt, like Dorian Finney-Smith, like Gabe Vincent, right? He's going to have guys buying in on the defensive side. He's going to have support. He's not going to have to constantly clean everything up regularly or hopefully, right? Where you play like you did against the Jazz, he will, which is one of the issues with Alex Len. He can be the help defender, but as like the on an island defender, you're probably getting cooked, right? But Robert Williams is a guy that was like, hey, he might be a legit 20-10 guy. He's already that for the Charlotte Hornets before he even gets Luka and LeBron to help and support him, right? And Mark Williams doesn't want to play for the Charlotte Hornets anymore. So Lakers are probably going to get him cheap at some point regardless. But does the NBA make them go like, hey, you have to give up the deal? In a perfect world, Lakers are able to keep that first. I've even said I would do the trade immediately if say the NBA was like, all right, like, what do we need to do to get this deal done? Like, what would you feel comfortable if you're the Lakers to get this deal done? If I was the Lakers, I'd be like, they can have everything but the first, right? So they could take Dalton Connect, you could have Cam Reddish, you can get the pick swap. Maybe we'll give you another pick swap, right? So instead of the first, we'll give you a pick swap, 2 pick swaps, Dalton Connect, and Cam Reddish. Fine. At that point, because you don't lose any picks, right? You're still good. You're going to replenish some of those pick swaps in the offseason as well as another second-round pick. You'd still have your you'd have 2 seconds at that point, a first-round pick, and then still 2 pick swaps that you could trade in the offseason, plus $40 million in expiring salary. And now you have LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and Mark Williams as like your core foundation. Oh, and Dorian Finney-Smith's probably going to get a new extension, and Jared Vanderbilt you have long-term. You're in good shape, right? Like, you got a great foundation. You got a great 7, that you have to build with, and then you can look to kind of maneuver and do whatever you need to do in the offseason. Look to maybe take Gabe Vincent and Rui Hachimura and turn them into, better fitting pieces. I'd still really like a point of attack guard, right? Like, obviously we don't have that right now, but I would love Bruce Brown. I know people don't like, why do you always mention Bruce Brown? Because again, it's about what's realistic, what's actually available, and who can we realistically acquire. If the Lakers free up their full mid-level exception and potentially their biannual exception, then Bruce Brown was willing to take that exception, the full mid-level, before Indiana was willing to give him $22 million, basically double it, right? So would he still be willing to do that? Because I just like the idea of like a Luka, Bruce Brown, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, and Mark Williams would be beautiful if the Lakers could pull that off. If the Lakers can make that type of move. Or maybe you're getting a Miles Turner and a Bruce Brown in the offseason, right? I mean, LeBron could take as few as he wants to take. Supposedly he's willing to take a discount. That's really true, which I do believe is true. I mean, he was willing to do it this past offseason. Now he's got Luka. Right? Like, so, yeah, if the Lakers are close this year and only like a piece or two, or if they win the championship, you don't think LeBron's going to do whatever he has to in order to, like, build a true contender? So maybe you could pull something off, work out some sign and trade for Miles Turner, and then go bring in Bruce Brown with your full mid-level. Boom, let's go. Right? Then you have, like, Luka, Bruce Brown, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron, and Miles Turner. You're probably the best team in the league at that point, right? So, like, there's options there for the Lakers. We'll see how that plays out. But if worst case scenario, the Lakers end up having to still do that trade for Mark Williams, then you have a better chance of winning a championship this year, for one. And two, you're still in really good shape, right? Like, even going forward, even if let's say he really does start to deteriorate after 5 years, right? Like, you're probably going to have to revamp by that point anyway, because at that point, Luka's going to be 30, right? And then LeBron's probably already retired by that point. I say probably because who really knows it's LeBron, right? Like, you're probably going to have a completely different team. You're probably going to look completely different anyway, right? So if you're the Lakers, if worst case scenario, you have to do that. If you can win a championship this year or next year, then that was worth it regardless. Right? Obviously, the idea is to win multiple championships and put yourself in a position for the long term, but I don't think that that's like a terrible, like, oh no, now Lakers are cooked. Right? I think the Lakers would be fine. But what do you think? How do you feel? As always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think, like, yeah, if that's worst case scenario, Lakers are fine. That'll work out. That'll be good. Make it happen. Bring in Mark Williams, and, you know, let's try to go win a championship this year. Do you look at it as like, no, like, you cannot do that trade? If the Lakers have those concerns, then they have those concerns for a reason. I think if worst case scenario, Lakers are forced to make the trade, Lakers will be fine. They'll make it out on top. But let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.